We're live in Hickory at the Henkel, home of the Catawba Valley Redhawks and Post 42 American Legion Baseball for the 34th annual Catawba County Easter Baseball Classic Finals featuring Alexander Central and Newton-Conover. The Cougars sit atop the Northwestern Conference while the Red Devils are in a surprise second place position in the Western Foothills. Both teams have impressed so far this year, and they'll have their best arms going this evening as they play for bragging rights in this competitive spring break matchup. Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. I'm Ryan Cook with Hunter Street, and we're live from Henkel Alley Field at the Hickory American Legion Fairgrounds. Again, it's the 34th annual Catawba County Easter Baseball Classic, but it's our first one in attendance, and we're glad to bring you this matchup between the Newton-Conover Red Devils and the Alexander Central Cougars.
The reigning Catawba Easter Classic Alexander Central Cougars. I feel like they've won this a lot. I couldn't find any information on it, but I know they won it last year. And Newton-Conover just down the road, man. We're in Newton. I don't know where Conover is from here, but I know we're in Newton. Saw the sign. We're in the Newton city limit when you come up the road from outside of the fairgrounds, and cool to get to see where CVCC plays. Never been here before.
So I've been here a couple times. I like these old fields with the concrete bleachers, but my golly, people back in the 40s, 50s, 60s when the Legion was just starting, they must have had the strongest calf muscles on the planet, because walking up and down these concrete bleachers is it's got me exhausted. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. But anyway, it is a beautiful place to watch baseball. Baseball's alive here. The Legionnaires greeted us at like 2 o'clock as we pulled up. I mean, I love dealing with Legion baseball. So I know it's high school baseball, but this has got me in the mood to speak Legion. Again, we are going to be covering Area 4 Legion again this season. Probably still out of Post 70 up in Asheville, but we're trying to branch out and hit up a few more of the Legion parks. And sounds like the Hickory 42 Legionnaires want to bring us down.
They've been in my ear all night, so I hope we can get down here. This cool stadium. You said the brick. I like the I guess these are tarps.
It gives an interesting feel.
I feel like I'm at like a football, like a North football.
It reminds
stadium.
me of like Yankee Stadium center field. Like you see this kind of like backdrop more in center field, but great place to watch a game. Coach McDonald, head coach of CVCC, I think they're at Gaston this evening, so they might be coming in late and come hang out on the broadcast. Talked to Coach Dudley as well yesterday. But let's tell you a little bit about both the head coaches for these high school programs you're going to be seeing tonight. Got a chance to meet Corey Nunley for the first time. Just shook his hand about 20 minutes ago. Been talking to him on the phone this morning, making sure we got all our notes right. And here's what I learned. It's his final season. He's retiring from baseball and teaching after this year. So 28 years at Newton-Conover, and I believe this is the 22nd as the head coach. He's originally from Warren County, Tennessee, where he was part of the Warren County High School State Championship in 1992. Did not pursue college baseball in college. He went for his teaching degree at Middle Tennessee State. So Wade King, Edneyville Yellow Jacket, former head coach, also from Middle Tennessee
States. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, but I really like talking to Coach Nunley, and the thing that I love most about this narrative with him is that doing the coaches polls, and we'll pull that up here in a little bit, but in the coaches polls, he bet on himself. Like, he put Newton-Conover pretty dang high up on the standings, and you know, if this were Vegas, he'd be making a good bit of money right now because they're in second place in the Western Foothills. And the counterparts in that conference, they did not have the same faith. So here they are in the championship game of this Easter Classic, and they're trying to prove a point. It's going to be tough, though, because on the other side, you have one of the most seasoned baseball coaches in Western North Carolina history, and that's Pete Hardy.
Let me tell you something about Pete. While I was doing research trying to figure out exactly what years he was at Watauga and West Caldwell and New Bern, it's all over the place, man. NCHSAA, Watauga Democrat, Taylorville Times. Like, I don't know if you can track some that far, but, you know, what do we say? 35th as a head coach and 37th 37th or 38th.
35th is the head coach, 37th coaching and
37 years
teaching.
teaching.
Yeah.
Woo!
So the man's been at it for a while. He's a New Bern High School graduate. He went to App State, actually walked on at App State, where he ended up being a Division I All-American in 1984. He was 12-1 on the mound with a 107 ERA. They lost in the Starkville Regional to New Orleans that year, so big-time college baseball career. And then he was drafted by the Montreal Expos in the 22nd round of the 1984 Major League Baseball draft. And he played 2 seasons in the minors. So, again, an amazing resume for Coach Hardy. He was at Watauga for 19 years before coming to Alexander Central. Head coach at New Bern, which I guess is now a defunct high school. That he was there at 94 and 95. So again, New Bern High School, they're no longer around. Is that still a school?
No, that's down in New Bern.
Okay.
Down east.
Okay, I don't know.
Not in our area.
Not in our area? Okay, never mind. So it shows you how, again, I'm originally from Maryland, moved here in 2014. You're going to hear me make a lot of mistakes, and Hunter's going to correct me. So head baseball coach at Watauga from 97 to 2015, New Bern 94 and 95. Led New Bern to the school's first winning season in 10 years and their first playoff appearance in 12 seasons when he was there for those 2 seasons. Before coming to New Bern, he was the head coach at West Caldwell for 3 years, 91 to 93. Overall record, so this is big right here, 530 and 377 overall. And again, all these records are not considered accurate due to all the multiple news outlets reporting contradictory records and different years of coaching. Hunter went into the Watauga Democrat, the Taylorsville Times, NCHSAA.org.
But who cares? Because he's won 530 daggone baseball games.
That's you got to coach a long time to do that. So it's a 584 winning percentage for those at home trying to do the math.
Is that 907? 907 coach games, if that's accurate. He's got about 3 more years to reach 1,000 coach games.
I guess it's ball's in his court. He's going to coach as long as he wants to because no one's telling him to go home. So, again, I first met Coach Hardy briefly when I was coaching in the Old North State League a couple years ago. He was coaching the Lenore Legends. I was the pitching coach for the Marion Swamp Foxes and had a sloppy rain delay game that evening and had a lot of fun jokes in the clubhouse waiting it out. So he's a good guy. Both these coaches seem like they're all in it for the kids. So appreciate both of them. Going to bring up these coaches polls we were talking about. So 2 coaches polls you're looking at here. First is the Western Foothills. And look at where Newton-Conover was predicted to finish. Tied for 7th out of 9 teams. And here they are standing in 2nd place. So North Lincoln, no surprise there. They at the top of the standings. East Lincoln, Hickory, Maiden, these are all good baseball teams that Newton-Conover has climbed ahead of, and they're looking to keep it that way. I know don't they have a big game coming up against North Lincoln?
Big game against North Lincoln on April 17th, that Friday. Hey, we can't make it out, but
that might be the deciding game in the conference, so we'll see. On the other flip here, we have Northwestern coaches poll. So in the beginning of the year, Alexander Central was predicted to win it, but South Caldwell, Watauga, St. Stephen's are all beating up on each other a little bit. Alexander Central still undefeated in the conference, but for the most part, this is shaping up just like the coaches predicted. So still misspelling coaches there, I see.
That was copied, man. Dag nabbit.
All right, show those power rankings.
Well, our Foothills 10 Power Rankings presented by Peak Performance Vault. At Peak Performance Vault, they believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, we provide state-of-the-art training environment for baseball, softball, and golf. Happy Masters Week, everybody. Archery contest today. That combines modern technology with personalized coaching. Located at 352 West Main down in Forest City. 828-289-1592 is how you can reach them, or peakperformancevault@gmail.com for the email folks out there. Well,
there's going to be some toss-up this week with all these tournaments going on. Burns down there at number 10, they lost to Chase in the Shelby Easter tournament. South Point and Stuart Kramer squared off last night, with South Point winning 3-2, so they may flip in the standings. Crest has been cruising. They were knocked off of the Power 10 for a minute, but man, I'll tell you, they've been coming on strong. I believe undefeated in the Big South Conference right now. And we're going to see Cherryville here in about a week or two, I think 2 weeks.
Maybe next week, right?
Oh, yeah, it is next week. You're
Cherryville
right.
Burns?
Yep, I think that is next week. So, again, it's harder to do these foothill 10s because there's a lot of good teams. So
More like
we're
foothills 20.
I was going to say every weekend it's a battle between us two trying to figure out these 10. Now on the mountain side, again, for you listening in from the foothills, you may not be as familiar with these mountain teams, but TC still on top, even though they took a loss this morning, I believe, in their Easter tournament. Pisgah, they beat West Henderson earlier this week, so they're still rolling. Brevard took an L to Smoky Mountain last night. So, again, things are probably going to be shaking up here in the Mountain 10 as well. And the big surprise this week was Andrews from the Smoky Mountain Conference, still the only undefeated team in the mountains. However, a weaker conference, but they swept Swain in conference play. So, had to shout them out. They sneak on at number 10.
Well, our Mountain 10 Power Rankings are presented by House of Power. Are you looking for one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching? Strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power? Facility memberships you can train on your own schedule? Or cage rentals for individuals and teams? Then you need to get with House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. Conveniently located in Mills River. Check them out online, hophendersonville.com. That is hophendersonville.com.
All right, what do we got next for in the player of the week? Yeah, we got a new one for you. We were speaking of South Point earlier, taking out Stuart Kramer yesterday in their Gastonia Easter tournament. But big week from Gavin Smith. So Gavin, a commit to George Mason. It's a D1 program up there near D.C. Gavin was 7 for 10, so it's a 700 batting average. He had 8 stolen bases and 8 attempts, scored 8 runs. Very good offensive week. And then on the bump in a conference game versus Kings Mountain that I thought was going to be a lot closer than it was, complete game W, and it only took 5 innings. I believe it was an 11-1 final. Allowed 3 hits, only the 1 earned run, 6 Ks. So Gavin doing it in all facets of the game, hitting, pitching, base running. So Gavin Smith, congratulations on being this week's Good Iced Tea Player of the Week.
Well, Gavin had a good week, and we're going to send them some good iced tea, whether it's original, Carolina Peach, Zesty Maple, or Tropical Island Time. All you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl the mascot loves it, and so do we. Order a pouch today. It comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons of delicious Salem black tea over at goodicedtea.com. And follow on Facebook, Instagram, as well as X.
Coach Wise cracking me up this morning. I texted him. I was like, hey, how do I get this to Gavin? What's a good address? He's like, heck, I don't even know the address to the school. He's like, send it to me. So we might actually see Gavin in a week or so we might not have to put it in the mail for him. Sent out a bunch. I sent out the first 4 weeks winners about a week ago, so I'm hoping all those players receive their good iced tea. It's good stuff. So if you're listening at home and you're sweet tea drinkers, you're definitely gonna want to look
I'm a
up
sweet
good
tea
iced.
drinker.
Yeah, I know. Every time we stop at Chick-fil-A on the way down to these broadcasts, guy gets 2 giant sweet teas.
I'm done.
Should call the Sugar Lobby and see if they want to be one of our sponsors. Well, let's jump in and tell you a little bit about both these teams the past couple of years. We'll start with Newton-Conover and Alexander Central's 2025 results. So Newton-Conover finished last season at 12-10. That was good for 10-4 in the now defunct CVAC. So as the Catawba Valley Athletic Conference. And again, we kind of like the CVAC. So RIP CVAC. But good year, 10-4 in that conference. They did make the playoffs. They were the number 29 seed in the 2A West. And in the first round, they squared off against Burns, who was number 4 seed, and they lost 6-1. Alexander Central, 15-10 last year, finished 7-3 in the Northwestern. That was good for second place. They were the number 17 seed in the 4A West, and they lost to number 16 seed Sun Valley, 8-1. So both of them trying to improve on that playoff run this year. And again, looking at the records for 2026, both of them are much improved.
So what's Newton-Conover now? Are they 3A, 4A? Like what is
4A, 5A is what the Foothills are.
So they're a 4A team. So they stay in the 2A level from what we understand. And Alexander Central Alexander Central is 6A.
Yep.
So they drop into the 3A idea from last time because of the thing.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how 6A playoffs shake up. 4A playoffs wide open, probably so many teams.
Yep.
6A, top heavy.
Now, with the 4A, it's funny because with the Western Foothills being a 4A, 5A split, I remember talking to a lot of the coaches preseason, and they felt that that's how the standings were going to shake out. 4A's at the top, 3A's at the bottom, and
5A's.
5A's at the top, 4A's at the bottom.
Newton-Conover said, not today.
Yeah, Newton-Conover's like, we're 11, or they're currently 11-3. 9-2 in the Western Foothills. That's good for second place. That includes all the 4A's and 5A's. Started the season 2-2. They had a 4-0 opening day win against East Lincoln that shocked a lot of folks. And they won 9 of their last 10 recently, sweeping Bandies. They had 2 wins over Maiden. They had the 4-1 loss to North Lincoln, and the 5-3 loss to St. Stephen's is the only blemishes on their record. But they beat St. Stephen's yesterday. So, they got to be feeling good to avenge one of their 2 losses. So, again, that 11-3 record, 9-2, that is very solid for Newton-Conover, especially trying to win out in Coach Nunley's final season with the Red Devils. Now, Alexander Central, one of their best starts in recent memory, and they're usually a good team. But traditionally, they're slow starters. If you've watched them the last couple seasons, they usually finish strong. So this is one of their better starts in the last couple years. They're 15-2, 6-0 in the Northwestern Conference. That's good for first place. Started the season 4-0. Their only losses, the West Rowan out of conference 10-2, and they lost to Lake Norman the other day, right? 4-1. So that was last week. So that's recent. So again, that makes that record in conference is perfect, but the 2 losses overall, so they're 15-2. Let's take a look at those conference standings. We'll give the folks an idea of where both these teams sit.
Well, we mentioned Western Foothills 4A, 5A split. You got 5 4A's and 4 5A's. And it's kind of scattered. 5A's, North Lincoln, East Lincoln, Hickory, and West Iredale, first, third, fourth, and tied 6th, respectively. Wow.
Now, remember, this conference was thrown into conference play immediately. So with them being a 9-team conference with NCH, SAA, having a brilliant idea of taking a week of the season away, these guys had to face off against their conference counterparts.
Didn't Newton-Conover open up with East Lincoln?
Yep, that was their
How does that look now as that's your opening game? That's like some SEC teams playing their first series in February.
Yep, and you also, you still had some players out from basketball at the time, so little messy start to the Western Foothills, but shaking out. East Lincoln was expected to finish second, so they're climbing. Hickory, we just saw them play here versus St. Stephen's in the third place game. A lot of talent on Hickory, but a little thin on pitching. West Iredale is really hoping to have a better season this year. They do have some good young talent, but the rest of it, it's kind of what you expect. A lot of middling teams right now as they get used to their new denominations, 4A, 5A. Northwestern, we'll switch over there. Alexander Central, again, at the top. South Caldwell, Watauga, St. Stephen's all beating up on each other a little bit there in the middle. McDowell and Freedom, they're going to be your bottom dwellers this year. McDowell, actually, with the what many would consider the upset over Freedom a week ago. So we're going to be covering the Northwestern finals when they run their conference tournament. So our expectations is we're going to see 1 or 2 of these 4 teams listed here when all is said and done. Tomorrow we might be seeing South Caldwell as well in the Shelby Easter tournament, but they still got to win a game against Chase today first.
Well, I hope it's my boys, St. Stephen's, got the good win tonight over Hickory just before our game. But I want to mention Watauga won it last year.
Yep.
Watauga's got hot.
Well-coached team. I think the knock on Watauga this year is, do they have enough pitching? They have Daniel Jones as their ace, who's a stud. Luke Rothrock's a good arm, but Brett Van Noy's been throwing good innings. But do they have the shutdown arms that we see with Alexander Central, what we saw with Nate Hall, and some of those arms we saw with South Caldwell? Still to be determined. St. Stephen's has the big arm, Colt Briggs. I don't think we saw him today. We saw Duncan Carmichael, but he competed. He was the winning pitcher in the 12-2 W over Hickory today. So Again, Northwestern, those top four are definitely all going to be interesting to watch in the playoffs.
All 6 of them will make it. Looking at the RPI right now,
Even McDowell.
even McDowell's in 7A, and they're playing such a tough schedule up here when it comes to high winning percentage 6A, 5A, even 4A teams. Like they're playing teams like Chase and RS Central. They're going to boost that winning percentage and they're going to make it into the playoffs. So it's good for these conferences to have full representation.
And Freedom's got some arms. Caden Michaels, Alex Wall, we saw pitch the other day. Like Caden Michaels was sitting high 8s, touching 90. Alex Wall is a 84, 85 arm, has a little bit of Jim Palmer look to him. Luke Miller is a pretty good little arm for them. So, I mean, they got arms. Puckett Hudson's a good catcher. It's a depth thing. You know, Freedom reminds me a lot of the mountain teams that we see where they have those 4, 5 studs. And I've said this before, that the best players in the mountains are just as good as the best players in the foothills. It's depth, though. There's more depth, more better players in the foothills.
Well, Meineke is the pregame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges, Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations all over Western North Carolina, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires and wheels, or AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Yeah, say we're going to need to probably get some work on the cars here at the end of the broadcast season with all the driving we're doing.
I'm due.
Well, part of the pregame show, we always like to do a Where Are They Now? And tell you a little bit about the alumni of both these teams and who's still playing out there in the college world. So Newton-Conover, 2 young men still playing collegiate ball, and they are twins. It's Noah and Owen Cannon. They graduated last year, and they are both at Caldwell playing for Coach Deaton, Coach Penny, Coach Hoover. And for Alexander Central, it's a little deeper. You got Jarrett Hops, who's a shortstop who graduated in 2024. He's at Emory and Henry, Division II program up in Virginia. Caleb Williams, he's a pitcher at Western Carolina, playing for Coach Beck. Caleb graduated Alexander Central in 2023. And part of that graduation class was also pitcher J.D. Little, who's currently pitching at D2 powerhouse Wingate. Now, Coach Hardy sent me these 2 names as well. There are currently 2 Cougars in Major League Baseball. They're playing in the minors. You have Bryson Hammer, left-handed pitcher, who graduated in 2020, is at High A, Colorado. He was a Dallas Baptist graduate who actually went to Catawba, then to Clemson, then to Dallas Baptist. So he's part of that crazy post-COVID transfer mayhem. And then Zach, maybe I'll say this wrong here, Zach Brizke. Now, he graduated in 2017. He's lastly at AAA with Miami Marlins. He was a Virginia Tech grad, but he has pitched in the majors with the Nationals. He made his major league debut in September of 2024, and then he pitched again from May to August 2025 for the Nationals. So again, Bryson Hammer and Zach Brisky. So always nice to see Western North Carolina alums still out there getting it done in college and even in the pros. So we were at our hometown last night. North Henderson was playing East Henderson. We got a chance to celebrate Braden Korn a little bit. He's a North Henderson graduate who's drafted by the Seattle Mariners last year. So it's great to see these young men grow up, follow their dreams. A few prospects we want you to follow tonight. Keep an eye on, especially college coaches tuning in. A few commits for Newton-Conover. 1 commit in that dugout is Xavion Williams, who's recently committed to Caldwell. I believe he'll be at shortstop this evening. And then for Alexander Central, you got a few of them. You got Koa McHale, who's in the outfield. He's also a left-handed pitcher. He's committed to Catawba College, D2. Carter Bowman, tonight's starting pitcher, he's committed to D2 Belmont Abbey. And Gavin Bentley, outfielder, is committed to Montreat College. And then 1 junior for the Cougars committed. That is a good one. It's Jude Carter, committed to Kennesaw State. A few uncommitted guys on both sides. For Newton-Conover, I want you to keep an eye on tonight's starting pitcher, junior right-handed pitcher Kobe Windsor. He has a 0.77 ERA. He came in to close out Newton-Conover's win over St. Stephen's last night. Stayed under 30 pitches so he could pitch today. His battery mate, sophomore catcher Ben Hoyle, has been a solid catcher, very reliable back there. And then a name to mention, pitched really well yesterday, will not be in the lineup today, but left-handed pitcher in the 28 class, Eric Jones. He was the winning pitcher against St. Stephen's last night. Alexander Central, there's a few solid unsigned seniors to keep an eye on. Center fielder Sawyer Chapman Mays. I believe he was the Northwestern Player of the Year last season, so still uncommitted. And then shortstop Ty Matheson, another uncommitted senior who has college potential. And if Coach Hardy says that, then this man's been around long enough to we can vouch for that. In the 2027 class, they got a great catcher in Graham Hoke, and then two sophomores to keep an eye on is third baseman Gunnar Johnson, who's also the closer for this team, and left-handed pitcher first baseman Jared Zintek. So pretty solid underclassmen on both sides to keep an eye on. And that'll bring us into our Meineke keys to the game. Meineke fleet keys to the game.
Well, what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, rental agencies, and more. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet Keys to the Game. Short and sweet, love it.
What's that now?
Short and sweet. It just looks crisp.
Hunter's really, Hunter gets a kick out of all the camera angles that we're able to create. Some stadiums work better than others, but tonight I think we got some good angles for you. But let's get into these keys to the game first. For Newton-Conover, the first one is Speed Demons. These Devils can run. They have totaled 40 stolen bases in 14 games. That's almost 3 a game. And with a team OBP clip of 419, Newton-Conover needs to get on base and take the foot off the brakes. So they're going to have to put pressure on a tough Alexander Central team. And the best way to do that is to get on base and cause chaos. Second key of the game is double trouble. The McMahon twins, there's two out there, Dylan and Aiden. They're batting a combined 380 with over a 500 OBP. So Newton-Conover is going to need big games from these twin brothers offensively, but also defensively, as Aiden will be at third base and Dylan at second. So they need to perform in all facets of the game, take that senior leadership. Alexander Central, first key of the game, no mercy. It's been 2 mercy rule wins in a row in this Hickory tournament for Alexander Central, both 10-0 wins over Ford and Hickory. And it's been actually 3 mercy rules in a row if you go back to their 11-0 win against St. Stephen's last week. So the Cougars got to come out with that same mentality, obliterate the opponent early and then let those pitchers have plenty of breathing room to cook. So look for Jude Carter to keep leading that offense. He's 5 for 5 in this tournament with 3 doubles and 5 RBIs. So, again, can't take the foot off the brake. They got to come out with the mentality we're going to beat these guys in 5 innings. And then the second key of the game is Big Time Bowman. The Belmont Abbey commit's been making a lot of noise as one of the best pitchers in the area. He's been putting up big-time K numbers and limiting his walks as well. So, again, with a Newton-Conover team that doesn't hit a lot of extra base hits, but depends highly on getting on base and, taking advantage of things with their speed, he's just got to continue to pound that zone, strikeouts, limit the walks, so therefore limiting the chances of a scrappy team like Newton-Conover. So, again, that is our Meineke Fleet keys to the game.
See what happens when you don't have distractions pregame with more baseball games. You get 15 minutes in or 30 minutes in and you got 15 minutes to spare. So I think we're going to pause it for a second.
Well, first, this song playing right now is giving me flashbacks because as a Baltimore Ravens fan, this is the song they always played for Ed Reed when he was doing amazing things. So that's no one probably understands that reference, but that's the thing I do like about doing all the high school baseball. These coaches' music selection is stuck back in the 2000s. There's not a lot of new music that they bump. So, but anyway, we appreciate the Post 42 Legionnaires for letting us come and do this game. We appreciate Coach Hardy, Coach Nunley, Coach McDonald, Coach Dudley, Coach Rayner, Coach Harvey, the CVCC guys. They do such a good job keeping this field clean. So, again, we're going to sign off for a minute, and we'll be back with the starting lineups after the coaches' home plate meeting.
baseman, Aiden McElhone. Batting second is number 3, the second baseman, Dylan McElhone.
Yeah, audio for that.
Batting third, number 5, shortstop, Xavier Williams. Batting in the cleanup spot, number 2, going rubber for the Red Devils this evening is Cody Windsor. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 10, David Davis. Batting sixth, number 12, left fielder, David Robinson. Batting in the seventh spot is the right fielder, number 21, Braxton Eckert. And batting in the eighth position is number 25, first baseman, Jackson Green. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 2, Ben Paul. Coach Nunley and the rest of the Newton-Conover players and coaches. Now for your home team for this evening's championship game. The Alexander Central Cougars, leading off for them will be number 1, second baseman, Kay Church. Batting second, number 22, center fielder, Sawyer Chapman Mays. Batting third is number 3, right fielder, Koa Michael. Batting the cleanup spot, number 5, third baseman, Gunnar Johnson.
Oh, that's not being around anybody, too.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 18, Jude Carter. Really batting for tonight's Alexander Central starting pitcher, number 11, Carter Bowman. Batting in the sixth spot is number 10, catcher, Graham Hope. Batting seventh, number 9, first baseman, Maddox Reese. Batting in the eighth position is number 15, left fielder, Wyatt Smith. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 2, Ty Matheson. Alexander Central Cougars coaches are head coach Ken Hardy, assistants tonight, Don Hubbard, Justin Cook, and Darryl Carter. And the rest of the Alexander Central players as they line up along the first base line. Now, if everyone would please stand as you can. Veterans, please feel free to salute the flag. Everyone remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, God bless America. Please remember all of our United States Armed Services serving all of us throughout the world. Your umpires for this evening's championship game.
Well, play ball. Let's go ahead and show you these lineups and defensive arrangements. First, your Alexander Central Cougars. Your battery is Carter Bowman, throwing to catcher Graham Hope across the infield. You have Hannah, Matheson, Church, and Reese. In the outfield, it's Smith, Chapman, Mays, and McHale. Line up here for your Newton-Conover Red Devils. It's Aiden McElhone batting first, brother Dylan McElhone batting second. The recent Caldwell Cobra commit, Xavier Williams in the 3-hole. Kobe Windsor, the starting pitcher, batting fourth. Dylan Davis, the center fielder, batting fifth. David Robinson, not former Spurs basketball legend, but David Robinson in left field. Braxton Eckert, the right fielder, is batting 7th. Number 8 hitter Jackson Green at first base, and then the 9-hole young sophomore catcher Ben Hoyle. All
Well,
right,
Alexander Central in the black tops, white pants, and Alexander Central. Did I say that?
You said it backwards.
I said it backwards. I said Newton-Conover in the black tops and white pants, and Alexander Central in the nice. I think it's technically blue and Vegas gold. It looks purple, but I think it's blue.
I walked by their dugout when I was fixing that camera, and I told them, I said, Alexander Central's up for best unis. Like, I love these unis.
I feel like I'm at a Vanderbilt game.
Nope.
They're black pinstripes with gold. I love it. Well, camera forward tonight.
Newton-Conover, it's almost like mimicking the CVCC Red Hawks, you know. I will say this, not this particular logo on their hat, but the logo that we used for the flyer. That's what my high school logo looked like for North Carroll. I played at North Carroll High School, now defunct, up in Carroll County, Maryland. But that's same logo we had, so had a little bit of a flashback. So leadoff hitter here is going to be Aiden McElhone. He is heading off to one of the state schools, very high academic. Both of these brothers, Coach Nunley and I were talking about encouraging them to play NCBA baseball. A lot of good baseball players choose to go to the state schools because of cost, because of academics, but they forget that NCBA baseball is very competitive, club baseball, and it's actually growing. So I'm going to walk over and get some radar gun readings here on Church during his second batter. So go ahead and let the game get settled in a little bit here.
First pitch, 6:54 with a foul tip. You want to...
So early start, maybe... Well, I did just put out a social media blast saying live now about 20 minutes ago. So, I mean, people know what's happening.
You want to give us a temperature update? First pitch, game time temp.
Ground ball here to third base. It's picked up by third baseman Gunnar Johnson thrown across. So I got to get my whiteboard out here too.
He's behind today.
I know. We're so far ahead. You get so far ahead, you realize there's one little thing left to do.
Yes, Braves just won. Avenge Ronaldo Lopez last night. 8-2 over the Angels. We got ball one. Let us know how our audio syncs up. I haven't checked out the game last night, but did some changes on the OBS, trying to get the audio in sync better, adding a little bit of audio delay.
So game time temperature is 58 degrees. So 3-1 count, falls behind Dylan McElhone. Again, a lot of speed in this lineup. I was looking up some of the statistics, and the key here is getting on base and taking extra bases. Not a lot of extra base hits for Newton-Conover, but they're getting on base at about, I think it was a 419 clip as a team. Swing, ground ball to shortstop. That's Matheson. Picks it up, throws it across, gets him by a step.
Well, 2 quick outs here. Didn't even give me time to read in our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms, located in Hendersonville. Specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. Offer rare cuttings, premium tubers, healthy pot plants, seasonal bouquet subscription, and custom floral work. Ships cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year, specializing in rare and hard-to-find varieties, including the stunning water lily. Join us in person on Saturday, 4/11, for our farm sale. Free RSP tickets are available now on our website. Inquire about seasonal subscriptions or custom floral designs. Bloom Patch Farm LLC at gmail.com, or shop online, bloompatchfarmllc.com. Rare blooms grown with intention. That's called strike, even to count 1-1.
So Xavion, I believe, is just last week committed to Caldwell. So he'll be playing for Coach Tyler Deaton. Coach Deaton has a really good 26 recruiting class coming in. Chopper foul here. Count's going to stay 1-2. If you look at Xavion, you can tell he's a good athlete, good build, slender. He's playing shortstop tonight, I believe. Yep. Ooh. I'm going to check down to the first base umpire. He says no swing. So nice pitch by Church. So I was going to say I did not get out there with the radar gun because I had to clean up my field arrangement sheet here. So apologize for that. See if we can get out there for the next batter. 3-2 delivery. That's going to be hit through the 5-5 hole for a base hit. So 2-out single here for Xavion. I'll bring Kobe Windsor to the plate. Again, Kobe Windsor is the starting pitcher. So Windsor's starting pitcher tonight for Newton-Conover. I'll try to see what he can do here offensively first. On the stretch. We'll go get some more velos here in a little bit, but 2 fastballs, 80-80. Windsor behind 0-2. See if Williams decides to take off here. Stays put at first. Swing and a pop up on the first base side. Reese over. Plenty of room. Gonna make the catch for the 3rd out. So foul pop out for the final out. 1 hit, 1 left on base. No runs in, no errors. Heading into the bottom of the 1st inning. It's going to be Cade Church, Sawyer Chapman Hayes, and Koa McHale to the plate. I need to go ahead and catch up on my Newton-Conover field arrangement here.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Alexander Central Cougar prospects, recruited and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Owen Joseph being our home team sponsor this evening. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base.
Say Owen Joseph was a big Legion sponsor for us last year. We're currently seeking out businesses that want to sponsor the Area 4 Legion season. So if you're listening at home and you're like, hey, I'd like to get behind that. I want to help create Legion Area 4 coverage with recruiting intent, and give us a holler, and we'll quote you on some advertisement packages. So let's go over that infield outfield arrangement here for Newton-Conover.
For the lucky fans of the night, here's number 2. We got 1 more to give away. And I think I see the next person here. He is.
Say Hunter's going to pull that up here for you just a second.
And we've got 3 winners. You're taking home a big sporting goods.
All right, so battery mates is going to be Kobe Windsor throwing to Hoyle, Ben Hoyle there behind the plate. Across the infield, it's going to be Aiden McElhone, Xavion Williams, Dylan McElhone, and Green at first base. That's Jackson Green. In the outfield will be Dave Robinson, the center fielder Dylan Davis, and right fielder, that is Eckerd out there in right field, Braxton Eckerd. So a lot of new names for us. We've been trying to see these 2 teams for a while.
Leading off for Alexander Central in the bottom of the 1st inning is number 1.
So we're learning and evaluating and scouting just like you guys for the first time.
Well, Church, followed by Chapman Mays, McHale, Johnson Carter DHing for Bowman at pitcher, Hokeries, and Smith, rounded out by Matheson.
It's a ground ball through the right side, so lead off single for Cade Church.
Batting in the second position is number 22, center fielder Sawyer Chapman-Mays. Chapman-Mays, center field.
Sawyer Chapman-Hayes, I believe he was the Northwest Sawyer Chapman-Mays. Holy cow, that's a tongue twister. Sawyer Chapman-Mays. I believe he was the Northwestern Player of the Year last season. Still uncommitted, looking to play college baseball. Good athlete, heard a lot of good things. This is our first look at him. I did get a hold of some live film of him last year to try to evaluate a little bit. Seems like just a high motor baseball player. A lot of hard singles, doubles, quick out the box. Again, Windsor, he came in and closed the final inning of their win over St. Stephen's in the semifinal game yesterday. I believe it was 26 pitches, so staying under 30 pitches allows them to come back and pitch the next day. Coaches, they gotta play with that pitch count rule to try to figure out how to maneuver through a week, through a season. We saw Peyton Maben come out and shove against East Henderson yesterday, and they kept his pitch count under 60, so he's able to come out and start against East again on Friday. So sometimes coaches got to get real interesting, count those pitches, figure out how to use you throughout the entire week. So ball 4 to Hayes. It's first and second now. This is Koa McHale. Koa, right-handed swinger, left-handed thrower, similar to Ricky Henderson, the great Ricky Henderson. Koa committed to play Division II baseball for Catawba College. That's Coach Jim Gant. It's a great Division II program. Timeout here. Windsor going to talk to his catcher, Hoyle. Make sure they're not crossing up on signs here with runners on base. Need a ground ball here. Try to get a double play, get a couple quick outs. Again, one of the keys to the game we talked about for Alexander Central is not taking the foot off the gas pedal. They have 3 straight Mercy Rule wins. I don't think they've given up a run in those 3 wins either. So I believe they're 31-0 run differential in their last 3 games. And with 2 runners on and no outs, looks like they're trying to keep that theme alive here. Windsor delivers, goes to the curveball. Nice pitch popped up down the right field line. We'll see if Eckert has a play on it. Oh, off the webbing of the glove in foul territory near the bullpen down there. Almost stolen out. It's a nice job there by Church at second base tagging up.
Well, you mentioned the 3 straight run rules. They have 6 shutouts, and 5 of them are 10-0 after 5.
It's a good way to save your pitching.
That's at least, I think it's 4 or 5 innings off the docket.
Windsor delivers. Nice pitch. Strike 3 looking. And again, all third strikes brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. Big out. So McHale goes down looking. Bring Gunnar Johnson, the third baseman, up for the first time.
Johnson, third base.
Wearing number 5, playing third. Been told Gunnar is also the closer. So again, you don't see that a lot in high school baseball, a designated closing pitcher. Usually it's when you have depth. And Coach Hardy has got some pitching depth this year. Getting a lot of good arms in that dugout. Jude Carter committed to Kennesaw State. Tonight's starting pitcher Dylan Church, Belmont Abbey, McHale, Catawba. Zentek, a left-handed pitcher in that sophomore class, I've been hearing great things about. So it's nice when you're 5, 6, 7 deep and you can have an assigned closer. But right now, Johnson trying to hit, and he does here through the 5-5. Church around third. He's going to score. The ball's bobbled out there by Robeson. So it'll be an RBI single to get the scoring started here in Hickory.
Batting in the fifth spot, it's number 18.
So Kay Church comes in to score the first run of the game. Chapman Hayes moves up to second. 1 out here. And again, that's going to touch up Windsor's ERA a little bit. He came in at a 0.77 ERA. That was an earned run. So we'll see. He might be over 1 now. Go see where he's sitting now with the fastball. Curveball. No call. So 78 on the fastball there. So it looks like he's going to be high sevens, maybe an 80 guy. Again, working from the stretch now. Not sure where that curveball was. Pitch before that. It looked like it was in the right down the heart of the plate. Same thing. I'm not sure where he's missing there. I guess up. Looked like Carter turned to him and just said, that's missing up, right? Even the batter's trying to figure out exactly where is my zone, right? What do I have to swing at today?
Nothing, I guess.
I don't know, man. I would say maybe the umpire don't like curveballs, but that's ball 4.
Batting in the sixth spot, it's number 10.
So bases loaded. Again, Hayes on third. He reached with the walk. Gunnar Johnson with the RBI single. He's at second. Now Jude Carter down at first base. This is Graham Hope, catcher for Coach Hardy's Cougars. I believe Graham tried out for and made the state games last year. I want to say I remember him being on the Region 7 team. Don't quote me on that. However, with him being an underclassman, hopefully he's trying out again this year. So a reminder to all those underclassmen listening in, try out for your regional state games team. I know Region 8 is coming up. Here's a little slow roller to third base. Throw comes home, and he is out on the force. Nice play by Aiden McElhone. That'll be 5-2 on the fielder's choice putout. Hoke reaching on the fielder's choice. So Gunnar Johnson to third, Carter to second, Hoke at first now. 2 outs. So 2 down, trying to limit the damage here. Oh, that's off the end of the bat. That's going to be a dying quail in the right center field. That'll score 1. Throw coming home will not be in time. 2 runners in. Again, not a bad pitch there by Windsor, but Reese able to find some real estate out there in right center field. That's going to score 2. So 2 RBIs. Johnson and Carter in to score. So ahead quickly here is Alexander Central 3-0. 1 RBI for Johnson, 2 for Reese. It's 3-0 here. This will surely have a little bit of an effect on that 0.77 ERA. So again, Windsor having a great year. He's not giving a lot of hard contact up. Throw back to third on the backside of that first and third. So stolen base for Hoke. Actually, excuse me, it's a stolen base for Smith. Or Reese. All right, holy moly. Let me get my box right here. So Hauling Solutions and Grading, sponsor of all our stolen bases this year. Strike 3 swinging to Smith. So 3rd out of the inning recorded. So 1, 2, 3 hits on the inning. 2 walks. 3 runs in, no errors. 2 runners left on base. So 8 come to the plate, and Cougars spot themselves 3 runs early. It looks like they're trying to keep with that theme of mercy rule shutouts. But Newton-Conover going to try to do something about it here in the 2nd inning with Dylan Davis, David Robeson, and Braxton Eckert coming to the plate.
Well, for the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon patreon.com/bbuniversity WNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcasts, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. Support Foothills Baseball.
Well, we got another game for you this week. After this one, we're going to be in Shelby tomorrow for the finals of their Easter tournament. So it's a good way to see out-of-conference matchups with meaning, right? So we appreciate you joining us here. We also appreciate our second inning sponsor, Comfort Keepers. Comfort Keepers specializes in comforting solutions for in-home senior care. Nothing's more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their homes. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. Serving Buncombe and Henderson County, they're also hiring for part-time positions. They need flexible people available for AM and PM shifts in the Asheville and Hendersonville area. So contact them today at 828-687-1199 or asheville@comfortkeepers.com. So Dylan Davis leading off. Dylan, a center fielder. So Dylan in the junior class. We're trying to get something cooking here for Coach Nunley and the Devils. The Red Devils got to start picking away at this 3-0 lead early here if they're going to want to stay in it. There is a fastball right down the pipe. Looking. Again, all called strike threes brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. I'm going to walk over and see if I can get a fastball from the windup. 82-mile-per-hour fastball popped up to third, caught by Johnson. So 1 out. It was 82 on the gun, so climbing a little bit on the velo from the windup. So 80 to 82. Big Braxton Eckert to the plate. Braxton in right field this evening. So a good chance for Bowman to keep his pitch count down a little bit here. Quick inning, moving fast. Ball on the outside. Braxton Eckert, a left-handed swinger. Ahead quickly. Well, evened up, I should say, 1-1. Now, Eckert must be a recent graduate from JV because I do not see him on the Max Preps roster here. So my guess is sophomore or freshman. Again, lean-looking athlete, but not on the Newton-Conover Max Prep roster. So not 100% sure of Braxton's grad year.
It's not.
No matter how many times I look, his name does not appear. So again, Xavion Williams with the first inning single, the only hit so far. And that'll be strike 3 to Eckert. Was that looking?
Swinging.
Swinging, okay. So I looked up and I see him walking back, so I didn't know if it was a Burlett strikeout. So 2 Ks in the inning. So 3 come to the plate, 1, 2, 3 inning for Bowman. So Cougars back on the prowl. Coming up to the plate, it'll be 9-1-2, Ty Matheson, Cade Church, and Sawyer Chapman Hayes.
Well, thanks to the following businesses who are away team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game, the college coaches pregame, and editing and posting highlights for the Newton-Conover Red Devil prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate our friend Sean Yamber, real estate agent, Weicker Realtor, Sean Yamber.
Say if you're interested in purchasing a home or looking into realty, give our man Sean Yamber a holler. He's a good guy. He's a coach down at Drone High School as well. He's been a big supporter of what we do. Drone, they got to win some ball games. They've had a tough schedule, purposely trying to get beat up a little bit as a young team, but still only the one win on the season, or did they beat Freedom the other night?
I believe they beat Freedom.
Yeah, so I think they're what, 2-12 now. Some of these teams are a lot better than their records show. They're young teams. They're trying to figure out how to finish games, figure out who they are. Again, if you watch last night's broadcast, I was really impressed with Coach King making a tough call, pulling his starting pitcher early to keep his pitch count down, use him again later, and put the ball in the hands of his younger arm, Jake McDermott, who ended up being the Camwood Bats player of the game. With them being such a young team and having all these close losses, he wanted to put his team in a position to kind of pass the torch, teach the younger guys how to finish a game. If someone else compete and win besides their star lefty, Peyton Maven, who threw last night. So again, it's a long, arduous plan sometimes when you're a coach with a young team rebuilding. You want to win the games, but you want to do it a certain way. Now, Coach Hardy, Coach Nunley, they don't have that problem this year because they have winning records. They go out every week, and they're just trying to figure out how to get the W. Not necessarily playing for the future. They're playing for the now. But a lot of times you don't get to play in the now without playing for the future your first couple seasons with a young team.
Very philosophical of you.
Esoteric broadcast style. Well, Matheson's just going to reach out and poke it into that Bermuda Triangle down the right field line. So it's a bloop single, and they've had a couple of them today. So the baseball gods looking kindly on the Cougars offense. Fourth hit of the game already. So again, Gunnar Johnson with the RBI single. Maddox Reese with the 2 RBI bloop single. 3-0. Matheson leads off here, trying to get things started again for Alexander Central. That sun setting down behind us in the west. Start to feel a little bit of the chilliness creep in. It's back. Western North Carolina is not quite ready for a full-on spring yet. Swinging a drive to center field. That is going to split the gap, but it's only going to be a – whoa, he's going to go for 2 as the throw comes into third. Throw is right there. It's a great throw out there by Dylan Davis, I think. Is that Dylan Davis, the center fielder, or the left fielder got that ball?
Yeah, batting number 22, center fielder, Sawyer Chapman.
So it was a great throw. Matheson dead in the water. So it'll be a double for Church. Church 2 for 2 now. Trying to get the final score. So he was
Left fielder.
So it was 7-5 on the putout. So outfield assist for Robeson out there. 1 out. Yeah, I like the aggressive base running there. That was a perfect throw. Hard single at the middle by Hayes. Throws coming home from Davis, who will not be in time. It's cut off by the pitcher.
Number 3.
So RBI single for Chapman Hayes. Church around to score his second run of the game, so he's doing his job in the leadoff spot. Hey, and if you're listening in the chat and you got any updates on some of the scores, especially in that Shelby tournament, Patton's got a tournament. Gastonia's finishing off tonight. I think it's South Point and Christ of King. Feel free to let us know what you're seeing out there in the baseball world. So Koa McHale up now for a second time. He was a strikeout victim in the first. Swinging a foul back here. And I don't know how much Coach Nunley's got in the tank with the pitching after, 3 games in 3 days. Windsor again threw the 26 pitches yesterday. We'll see if they have to go to the bullpen early. Right now, 4-0. So Koa going to play at Catawba next year for Coach Gant. Ground ball here to Williams. Goes to second for 1. The first, not in time. So fielder's choice for McHale. Chapman Hayes is retired 6-4.
Number 5, third baseman.
And it'll be 2 out. 2 outs, runner on first for Gunnar Johnson. Gunnar had the RBI single to open up the scoring an inning ago. And some solid underclassmen prospects here. Gunnar, so got a thick core. Looks strong, not the tallest prospect, but seems to have some stout athleticism to him. Quick pick here by Windsor. Runner McHale back in plenty of time. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Throw down here by the catcher, Hoyle. That ball's going to bounce away from McElhone there at second base. So it'll be a stolen base for Koa McHale. And again, all stolen bases brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Located up in Henderson County. All your mulch, gravel, dirt hauling needs. Just like he's hauling all sorts of materials around Henderson. Oh, boy. That's a swing to drive down the left field line. Hooking, foul. So thought it was going to do some extra base damage there for a minute. But yeah, Hauling Solutions, hauling dirt, gravel everywhere, and that's Koa McHale hauling tail out there, stealing a bag. Second stolen base of the game for Alexander Central. Say if Gunnar Johnson can rattle the fences with a big swing like that, straighten it out a little bit, it could put this game out of reach for the Red Devils sooner than later. Which, camera one?
I can get it.
Okay.
Or you can.
Say we got an ad read coming up, I can go get my calf work in by going up the great steps of the Henkel. Oh, man. Stolen bases all around. So McHale steals second, steals third. So it's a Hauling Solutions and Grading stolen base inning here. So runners only 90 feet away now with 2 outs. Johnson fouls off the curveball. So 2-2 count. Windsor got to try to retire this batter here and keep the score 4-0. That ball is out the center field. Davis on the run. He's going to dive. That ball is, what's the call here? They say out? They're saying he caught it. I'll be honest, I thought that was trapped. But we'll say line out to center field is the final out. We're going to watch the replay here. And I think the home plate umpire made that call. I don't know if that's the home plate umpire's call there. First base umpire didn't follow the play. He was still over at first base. So it is what it is. So, Hunter, I'm going to go hit the power on camera one and be right back.
Get ready for our final Steal a Deal of the tournament.
I have no idea what's going on with that inning number, guys. I apologize. Never seen that before. But stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywnc. And check out the website, baseballu.org. So 1 run on 3 hits with 1 no errors and 1 left on base. Let's see if I can figure this out. Where are we in? We are in the top of the 3rd.
Might disappear before you get there. All right. Hale picks his up from third base. And they journey back to see what they want with Grant Evans, the MC for the evening.
Wasn't plugged in.
Thank you. Congratulations.
It's all good. It could have fallen out.
All
right.
I must have pressed the button and didn't plug it.
Have we done our 3rd inning sponsor yet?
No,
I'm doing it. All right. 3rd inning sponsor is American Legion Post 70. Again, we appreciate the heck out of American Legion Post 42 for hosting us. But again, our 3rd inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70. They'll be rivals this year in Area 4. They're a proud sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and we're here to remind you that Legion is back, and our best players in Western North Carolina should be planning to try out here in a couple days for Junior and Senior Legion tryouts. I think there's one Senior Legion tryout left coming up this weekend at Asheville, I believe, and then 1 in 2 weeks for Junior Legion after state game tryouts at AC Reynolds. So again, we appreciate Post 70, and we want to remind you that we won Area 4 last year, we won states, we won regionals, and we went all the way to Shelby for the World Series. Went 2-1, eliminated on a technicality, the tiebreaker. We're going to be trying to go there again this year. So again, thank you to American Legion Post 70. Go see if Bowman's velos rise in a bit. So 1-1 count. One-two delivery. Goes to the heat. 86 on the gun. High heat. So velo's starting to rise now, Bowman. So one out here quickly to the Red Devils. Cougars cruising.
Batting a nice spot is number 9, catcher Ben Hall. Hall catcher.
It's his low 1-0. And Hoyle, young catcher, Coach Nunley was speaking well about him before the game. So he's really stepped up as a sophomore. So taking a little off there, 81. So looks like Bowman's just focusing on strike one, trying to get ahead, and ramped it up to 86 when he needed the high heat out. So good velo from the kid, but showing that he doesn't need to go all effort each time. And I think that's good for high school. Don't be trying to play the carnival game and light up the radar gun. Get strike one, work ahead, use your velo when you need it. So curveball. Say Hoyle ducks out for a second. So 3 Ks now for Bowman. Ball outside. Is ball 4, so 1 out base runner. Again, Bowman heading to Belmont Abbey next year. Good Division II program down there in Gaston County. But I know he's not happy with himself walking the number 9 hitter there. So back to the top and Aiden McElhone. Back to the stretch here. It's going to be.
Well, you ain't got numbers, so.
So we're going to have a pinch runner here. It's number 4. Let me pull up Coach Nunley's lineup card. Say his max prep doesn't have all the numbers here for these players. That is Jadison Green pinch running. Jadison Green. Not sure if he's related to Jackson here. So Jackson also in the lineup at first base. So Jadison Green running for the catcher. That'll be Aiden McElhone back up for a second time, grounded out to third base to begin this game. Long hold here from Bowman. Delivers. Ground ball picked up by Johnson on a hop. Goes to second for 1 and back to first. A pretty double play, 5-4-3. And that is some BH Granning glove work. If I've seen it, that might be up for play of the game. That was a nice play by Johnson to stay down on the baseball, pick the hop. So that is again Gunnar Johnson at third base making some plays. Heading into the, make sure I got this right, heading into the bottom of the third is going to be Jude Carter, Graham Hoke, and Maddox Reese to the plate. I want to thank our in-game sponsors. Again, you're going to hear certain businesses come up during the game that match the action that you're seeing. So we appreciate our inning sponsors, but these are our in-game sponsors. That is Ion Outdoors. So anytime you see a mound visit, it's brought to you by Ion Outdoors. As we head into the bottom of the fourth inning, you'll start hearing us talk about our Chad McMahon insurance runs. What you just saw there with Johnson turning the double play, that was Johnson to Church to Reese. That was Granning Landscaping. They sponsor all our web gems. Machaulingsolutions and Grading, you've heard them 3 times tonight. They sponsor all our stolen bases. Burlett Painting, paint the corners with Burlett for all our called strike threes. Next Level Baseball, they sponsor our play of the game, so Gunnar Johnson up for it there with that nice little turn at third. And then Cam Wood Bats, our player of the game sponsor, have been our sponsor for 3 years. They print out and design our trophy bats for us. It's been a busy year for them, so we're still waiting to get this year's batch. So we have a dummy bat we've been bringing to the games, taking pictures with the players, and then we're going to track them down later and make sure they have their trophy bats. Swing off the end of the bat, didn't get the best part of it. It's going to hang up there in left field for out number 1. So that's Jude Carter retired.
Number 10, catcher, Graham Hope.
So Graham Hope now the catcher. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Again, Hope, good little catcher for Coach Hardy. He's going to hit a bounder up the middle, picked up by Williams. Throws across for out number 2. So Windsor and the Red Devils getting what they need here. Hopefully a quick inning. They need to put a couple zeros up on the board. Try to slow down the Cougars' offensive firepower. Start picking away at that 4-0 lead. Again, I like what I've seen from Windsor so far. We'll go see if his velo is on the rise. .79 on the gun. So 1-1 count. Goes to the curveball. Man, not getting the curveball calls tonight. So 2-0 delivery coming. 2-1 delivery, sorry. So 3-1 count. Goes back to the off speed, misses outside. So 3-1 goes to the curveball. This will be ball 4. So 2-out walk. 79 on the gun. Wouldn't be surprised if he's hitting an 80. I feel like some of these radar guns give an extra mile per hour. I have an older stalker. I feel like it reads it out around the way of the plate. So if you see a 90 or 91 on this stalker, you know it's true heat. Again, the highest velo of the night is Bowman touching 86. He cranked it up a notch on the strikeout to Jackson Green there, back in the top of the 3rd. So Wyatt Smith, strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Hitting with 1 runner on here. You got to think here, up 4-0, 2 outs, bottom of the lineup. Maybe send the runner here. Go ahead and try to make something happen. Runner stays put. Fastball misses out, 2-2 count. So 2's all around, 2-2, 2 outs. Again, I think a great time to send the runner here and try to make something happen. Goes back to the curveball, gets him looking. So 2 strikeouts of Smith tonight. Got him looking, though. So paint the corner with Burlett. It's brought to you by Burlett Painting. So sponsoring all our called third strikes. So heading into the top of the 4th, it's going to be Dylan McElhone, Xavion Williams, and Kobe Windsor at the plate. Nice job by Windsor to get a shutout inning there, keep it 4-0. With the middle of the lineup coming up for the Red Devils, though, we got to hope they can pick away a little bit, maybe put 1 or 2 up on the board and see if they can make this ball game here. Still very close.
Well, youth, high school, and college pitchers, you're trying to take the next step in your player development. Nova X Kinectics is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several Western North Carolina pitchers the last few seasons, helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitcher performance, get with Coach Payne and Nova X Kinectics ASAP, offering in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova X Kinectics, new school data, old school grit. Going to give you a rundown of some early scores. Cherryville over Xavier. I wonder where that is. 6-3. River Bluff defeats TC Robertson 6-5. You're out of Lexington. Burns over Shelby. Thank you, Mr. Bob's Burgers. 5-1. Forest View 10 runs. Ashbrook 15-5. Asheville loses to some homeschool association 11-0. North Buncombe over McDowell 6-5. North Gaston over Highland Tech 10-0. East Rutherford falls to Archbishop Moeller 8-5.
Man, I haven't seen an ER loss since the first game of the year versus Kings Mountain.
Well,
So.
Kings Mountain over Piedmont and the Shelby tournament 6-5.
Now, is that a consolation game?
Yes, it is. They have, I think, guaranteed 3 games.
Any finals out of the Shelby tournament yet, or figured out who we're seeing yet?
Oh no, that's just starting. Patton over Irwin 8-6.
Now, is that their championship game, or is that consolation as well for them?
That's consolation. Right here before us, 12-2, St. Stephen's over Hickory.
There's a strike.
No Chase South Caldwell score. It'd be nice to get that. Arson Drone in progress. Mitchell at Cook County. Lincolnton versus TBA. I wonder who they've got.
There's a shot in the right center field. Didn't try to do too much. Was short to the ball. So Dylan McElhone has the first base hit since this young man come to the plate. Xavion Williams, who had his single in the first inning.
Shortstop, number 5, Xavion Williams.
So again, this is the inning where Newton-Conover is going to have to start picking apart that lead a little bit. And they've started off right, getting one of their quickest players on base. And this is where we'll see if Newton-Conover can take advantage of that foot speed. Doesn't have to necessarily be a stolen base. It's got to be production here. Moving runners across, taking extra bases. Just getting to third base with less than 2 outs. Back pick here by Hoke. That was a nice back pick by the young catcher. So 1-0 count here, Xavion Williams. Again, Xavion on the JUCO route, heading to Caldwell Community College next year. Again, Church has been fairly dominant. Again, spreading his hits out. 1 hit in the first, and that second hit there by McElhone here in the fourth. Pick attempt. Back with plenty of time. So Johnson in at the grass, not necessarily taking away the bunt. I think he's trying to play that double play depth. Ooh, that's a fair ball down the third base line. McElhone's going to have to hustle, though, to get to third with the play in front of the left fielder Smith. Throw goes to the cutoff man. And a single and a double here to start the fourth inning. So excellent work here by the lineup, McElhone and Williams, to start getting after Bowman, going after him a little earlier in the count. Now bring the pitcher, Kobe Windsor, to the plate. Windsor popped out foul to the first baseman to end the first inning. And down 4 runs here, Alexander Central is going to go ahead and put the pressure on Newton-Conover and bring that infield in. And there's a first pitch line drive up the middle. 1 run's in. Xavion Williams stumbles and falls. He's back up, and he is out at the plate. That is very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. So again, Dylan McElhone scores. Xavion Williams came busting around third base, trips and falls, ends up being thrown out at the plate. Windsor does not move up to second on the throw home. So it'll be 8-2, or was there a cutoff there? Say, I get the score right here. I think it was thrown out 8. See who the pick was. So again, the batter here is going to be Dylan Davis hitting with 1 out. Again, very unfortunate there. Williams comes around third and stumbles and falls, thrown out at the plate. May have been 8-3-2 is my guess on the put out. So Dylan Davis here has got to try to keep this rally going. Again, the baseball gods put an invisible sniper out there. Took out Williams coming around third base. It was going to be an easy second run, too. He had plenty of time. In fact, I mean, he stumbled, did a somersault, got up, and still almost scored. So a little bit more luck here for the Cougars. Time called here, so that pitch will not count. So 0-1 count. Again, stumbled around first base.
Yeah, cut off the first.
Okay.
Or pitcher.
So 8-3-2. Pitcher's probably backing up home if they're doing what they're supposed to do there. So again, was there some controversy about the umpire tripping him up or somebody like getting tangled up here?
No, he didn't give him a lane. He was blocking the plate before he had the ball.
Okay.
Like he's clearly blocking the plate. Watch.
And again, that's a new rule that's been instituted the last season or two, is just cannot block the plate at all. But anyway, it's an out. It's been reviewed. There's nothing we can do about it. It's 4-1. Could be 4-2, but there's no could be's in baseball. No stat for that. So Dylan Davis here in a 2-2 count, trying to keep this inning alive, keep this rally going. Again, Kobe Windsor there at first base. Pitch delivered. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He's a K victim for the second time versus Bowman. Bowman now with 4 Ks through 4 innings.
Batting number 12, left fielder
David Robeson up for a second time. David popped out to third base. Hey guys, I'm doing stuff. All right, so Robeson trying to get something cooking here with 2 outs. Again, that's Kobe Windsor at first base. Pickoff attempt here.
Snap tag.
Again, Bowman's got a good move. I can see why runners over there aren't necessarily comfortable. We haven't seen a Newton-Conover runner try to take off for a stolen base yet. We talked about how that's a big part of their game in the pregame. And I think you watch Bowman, you see it's not anything special. It's really just timing. I think he goes into each pitch kind of knowing like what his count is in his head when he wants to deliver that pitch. If you're a runner at first base, you're sitting there trying to think, is it 1 second? Is it 4 seconds? Is it 2 seconds? Like, how long is he holding it? And I think he just remains in control over there. He's just like, all right, I want to pitch now, right? He just counts in his head and lifts and goes. Doesn't really feel like he's competing with those runners as opposed to just trying to make it difficult for those runners to time him. So again, good presence out there by Bowman. Lifts, throws, misses low. So again, 2-1, falls behind Robeson. Again, when I saw the lineup card today, at first I thought it said David Robinson, but not spelled with that N. Robeson. Robinson, I guess you could say it that way too. Tall stance, kicks. Runner's going to go on the drop. Throw is going to sail though. Does he get the foot on the slide? No. So that'll be a pass ball in the books as the catcher Hope dropped it. Almost had him anyway, kept that play in front of him. So 2 out, runner in scoring position. Kobe Windsor out there, the pitcher, running for himself. Not a deep bench for Newton-Conover this evening. I think I've only saw 3 names written on the lineup card in the bench, on the bench. There is a curveball that slides right down the middle. Called third strike. Third strike's brought to you by Burlett Painting. Paint the corners with Burlett. So 3 hits in the inning. Again, Williams thrown out at home. The RBI single by Windsor makes it 4-1. 2 Ks in the inning, so up to 5 now for Bowman. 4-1, so it will not be a shutout. So the shutout streak of 3 straight games for Alexander Central broken. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Matheson and back to the top with Church and Chapman Hayes. I want to thank our home team sponsor. Again, thank you to all the businesses that have been home or away team sponsors this year. Your sponsorship goes towards the time that we take to market the game pregame to college coaches, and then editing and posting the highlights and scouting content postgame. So if you've been paying attention to last week, you may have been in tune with our narrative. My computer crap out on us about a week ago. Got a new one. Been catching up on all the video editing. Been posting game recaps with highlights, metrics, and scouting content. So again, we're not trying to just entertain with this broadcast. We're trying to create a college recruiting tool. Again, that's what Baseball University does full time, is college recruiting, scouting, and advising. And the broadcast is an element of that. It allows us to come out and evaluate these players in person, while also sending the live streams out to the college coaches, because they have such trouble watching and evaluating high school talent in season because they have their own teams to manage. So again, this tries to bridge that gap. We're trying to bring it into the Legion season as well. And we appreciate all those businesses that have helped this broadcast be produced the last 3 years. So again, Owen Joseph, we appreciate you. So Matheson singled in the 2nd inning, and then he was thrown out by the left fielder trying to stretch it to 3rd on the Cade Church double there in the 2nd inning. So Matheson leads off an inning for the 2nd time today. He swings and hits one into left center field. It'll split the gaps. It's going to not quite make it to the fence, but deep enough for Matheson to scoot into second base standing up. So the young man is 2 for 2 on the evening. Now Cade Church up for a 3rd time. Cade working on a solid box line. Cade 2 for 2. He's had a single and a double. He scored 2 runs. So half of those 4 runs have been plated by Church. Say Windsor out there, he's looked pretty good. Even in that 1st inning, there was some soft contact, some dying quails. But Windsor assuming the role of staff ace this year for Coach Nunnally. Came into this game with a 0.77 ERA. It's going to rise a little bit. Ground ball. Oh, who's going to take it? The first baseman? The first baseman? Nobody knows. So very much an in-between speed of that ground ball. The first baseman, should I charge it? Should I wait back? He's got to go in and try to take that himself. I'm going to say E3 because that is a routine ground ball. If he comes in and grabs it, he can step into the baseline and tag the runner out himself. Or Windsor is on his way over to first base. If he needed to toss it to him after fielding it, he would have been there. So I'm going to say E3 on the play. So again, all 4 runs that have been plated today have been earned. No errors in this game until that one. I'm sure there's some scorekeepers out there that will play the whole, he didn't really boot it, he didn't bobble it, but I think sometimes approach and how you attack the ground ball should be considered, and whether it's an error or not.
How many hits do you have for Alexander Central?
Find out here in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean,
7 hits.
well, there's
8
the
hits.
8th one.
So a single by Chapman Hayes plates another RBI. Church up to all the way to third, and scores Matheson. Matheson, the 5th run of this game. So Church on third, Hayes on first. That's some good speed on the corners. We'll see if there's something on here. Backside stroke by McHale. That's going to get under the glove of the first or the right fielder for a second. McHale going to try to stretch it to 2, and he is called safe at the plate. So RBI double.
Now batting number 5, third baseman Gunnar Johnson.
So RBI double for McHale. That scores Church from third base easily. Hayes all the way around to third base. So another opportunity with runners in scoring position here for Gunnar Johnson. Second and third here with nobody out. Pop fly. There's some space over there. Let's see if nope, play cannot be made. Ball was in fair territory. But that's Green over there at first base having a tough inning. So Gunnar Johnson, he is 1 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI single there in the first, and he's got another RBI single here. It's actually going to be a 2 RBI. Oh no! Everybody tripping at third base today. Holy cow! Did somebody put some banana peels out there or something? That is 2 base runners at third base that can't seem to find their footing coming around the bag today. So it'll be an RBI single, not a 2 RBI single. Hayes scores again easily from third. That's McHale that has to hold up at third base after tripping and falling. So a first and third situation here. It's 7-1, Alexander Central. So we right on the hits, you think?
3 in the first, 3 in the second, none in the third.
3 in the first. 1, 2, 3 in the second.
None in the third.
None in the third. You're correct.
And then now 3.
1, 2, 3, 4 in the fourth.
So that's
Yep.
10. Ooh, I missed one.
So the hit parade.
Sponsors for our 34th annual Catawba County Easter Classic, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
So I think we're going to have ourselves a pitching change or something here.
Southeast Retirement Planners.
What are we doing?
I think they're checking on something.
Checking on the runner at third still?
I'm not sure. It looks like.
Providing facilities and the lights. Thank you to Gary.
Well, Windsor's number 2, and he's bent down there behind the mound. He's back up now, I think.
The Hickory Metro Sports Commission. Coaching Wes Stewart.
I think he's still our pitcher of record here. See what Coach Nunley's thinking. So Coach Nunley now coming out to the mound. So this will, hold on. Trying to figure out if this is, it will be an Ion Outdoors mound visit. It's on the edge of our seat.
I was about to say he's not on the mound quite
yet. So again, Ion Outdoors, again, if you are familiar with them, I believe they're out of Gaston. They make beautiful backyard pools, patios, pergolas, grayscaping. You name it. If you have a backyard dream, you got to go with Ion Outdoors. Go check them out on Instagram and Facebook for some of the projects. Coach Nunley is going to stick with Windsor. It's a good time to mention our Patreon. If you haven't joined it yet, what are you waiting for? Memberships only start for $1, and it's giving you the best content and coverage of Western North Carolina baseball. Whether it's power rankings, preseason or playoff predictions, conference previews, player of the weeks, highlight films. I mean, we got a lot of content on there, and you either get it exclusively or you get it before the rest of the public. And again, memberships start at $1, and all that money goes to trying to support Mountain and Foothills baseball. Again, our model is a little different. we're not a big fan of the youth sports business, which is $40 billion a year. We think it's ironic that more money is being made on youth sports, but participation is down. And we feel if we can get high school and Legion baseball infused with some local energy by finding sponsors, by crowdfunding, which the Patreon is, it's going to keep more money in the pockets of our prospects who can't afford to keep spending 5, 6, 10 G's a year on travel baseball, especially with the cost of colleges going up. So we think that the Patreon is a great way for us to build the revenue without taking money out the pockets of the players. So if everybody chips in Western North Carolina, I think we're at 125 members right now. That's more revenue to build the broadcast, build our coverage. We got talked to Coach Honeycutt at Mars Hill today. We got our first prospect filming tentatively scheduled for June 10th. It's a Wednesday when school's out. So, there's all sorts of things we're trying to bring to the area. We're trying to do it specifically through the high school and Legion coaches. So,
well, I guess there's a hole over there.
Yeah, retamping, because you have two players come around third base and eat the dirt. You start asking questions about insurance and liability. So retamping the dirt out there. Windsor's still in on the bump. Trying to figure out I think at least one of these runs right now is unearned. Probably two with that error by the first baseman allowed Church to score. Throw down to second here. No one was really covering. Williams comes out and grabs it on a pick. So that's a stolen base for Gunnar Johnson. Hauling Solutions and grading stolen base.
Well, just check Big Red Sports Network. Crest Tuscola was the first game tonight. So
where are we at?
South Caldwell and Chase will be late. Crest Tuscola.
Crest currently leading Tuscola 3-0.
Well, they were leading 3-0 6 hours ago. So that game's probably over.
If anybody's got an update on the Tuscola Crest game from earlier, please let us know. Ground ball, that's going to go up the middle for a base hit. So Jude Carter knocks in two more. So 2 RBIs for Carter. And it is a hit parade. I'll tell you, the Cougars are opening up the offense and going about as wild as these children are behind us. All right, so Graham Hoke up for a third time, 0 for 2. The only base runner out there right now is Jude Carter. Carter 1 for 2 on the day now with that RBI, 2 RBI single. He also had a walk and a run scored in the first. Bounder to third, picked up by McMahon, thrown to the other McMahon, and he's out at second. Runner's got to slide there. He's got to slide, know the situation, just try to keep everybody safe on a baseball field. So it's going to be a fielder's choice for Hoke. Out at second is Carter. That is 5-4 on the put out.
Dang it. They got both of them there.
Oh, they call him automatically out because of the interference? Yes. Okay, so out on interference. So 2 outs now. Now bring Maddox Reese to the play. Maddox is 1 for 1. He had a 2 RBI bloop single in the first, walked in the third. Also has a stolen base. Well, any favorite candidates for player of the game if this ends up getting away from Newton-Conover early? And again, I'll give Windsor credit. I like what I'm seeing from the kid. It's a good mix. He's going after batters. He's only walked – well, he's walked 3 in the game. He had 2 in that first inning. I say he's been trying to pound the zone since. But kid's got some stuff. I've seen him up to 79 tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he can touch an 80. That's a foul ball. So Maddox Reese will get back in the box here. As Hunter's looking at my score sheet. They're not as pretty as Canio's. Again, if you've been watching the Mountain Games, Canio Costanza has been joining us as guest play-by-play to help free us up a little bit. It's so nice having a third person in the box. Because Hunter and I are also, well, Hunter's basically the production manager, the director. but we're also the troubleshooters, yeah, you name it, right?
Broadcast engineer,
Yep.
producer, director, color commentator,
again,
analyst.
We love having Canio on board to free us up a little bit. Am I bad at what just happened to Reese?
Walk.
He walked. Okay. So this is
behind on
I'll
that
say this is
too.
Wyatt Smith now batting. It's a ground ball. McMahon picks it up. He's going to throw over to first. That's out number 3. So 9 come to the plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs in on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 1 error, a walk, 1 runner left on. Our score right now is 9-1, heading into the top of the 5th. I'm starting to look through these box scores a little bit. We got 3 RBIs, or no, 2 RBIs in for Hayes. McHale's got an RBI. Johnson has 2 RBIs. Jude Carter has 2 RBIs. Hoke, nope. Maddox Reese has 2 RBIs. So they're definitely sharing the love tonight. Cade Church has scored 3 runs. A lot of singles. I think we've had 1 double, and that was a generous double I gave Cade Church as the runner Hayes was thrown out at third ahead of him on his hit in the second. So we'll get back to that in a minute. Next, let's go ahead and introduce our 5th inning sponsor. Again, it's a brand new sponsor who's just jumped on with us for the second half of the season. They opened up their ad reads yesterday with us, so we want to thank BF Stepp Electrical Company Incorporated. BF Stepp Electrical has been serving Henderson County for 42 years. Longtime supporter of Western North Carolina baseball. They offer residential, commercial, and industrial services. Owned by Brooks Stepp, the unlimited license company is your go-to for new construction, remodeling, outdoor lighting, service changes, generator installations, and especially electrical maintenance. Give them a call today at 828-697-6097. So again, that's BF Stepp Electrical Company. Hey, and if a business that's been around for 42 years is getting behind us, we got to be doing something right. So leading off the 5th inning, it'll be Braxton Eckert, Jackson Green, and Ben Hoyle, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Down 9-1. Got to try to just get on base. Can't hit an 8-run homer. So the best thing you can do is just get on base. Move the runners around. So Bowman been cruising. This will be his 5th inning of work. His pitch count can't be too terribly high. Saying we're not tapped into a game changer tonight, so not 100% sure what his pitch count is. Eckert was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. It's ahead here 2-1. And Bowman's got good body control. Not a huge pitcher. I'd say maybe 5'10", 5'11" out there.
Yeah.
But moves well, big leg kick. Creates some good separation. But just very under control with that arm action. Not a violent arm action, very smooth. Again, we've seen him up to 86 tonight. 3-2 count. I say go ahead and just give him your best fastball here. Got an 8-0 or an 8-run lead. Not on the best part of the bat. Easy grounder to Church there. 4-3 on the putout.
Crest up 4-2, top 4 according to Game Changer, thanks to Mr. Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, always in with the news.
Who do you think it is?
What's that?
Who do you think
said
it
you
is?
think it's TC guy?
I think
don't
it's
know. I just gotta go back into Patreon and see like if there's the email. I don't snoop or nothing, so I don't know who owns each username. But I always thought it was a Tuscola guy, but maybe not. Good taste in animated comedy, though.
Oh yeah,
not a bad show.
Yeah. Some form, as the kids say, brain rot.
I don't know. I think I've seen it a couple times. Some of the shows got good humor. It is what it is. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore because it is a lot of brain rot out there. You kids need to read some books. especially if you want to go to college. Strike 3 swinging there. So Green looking very much overmatched against Church. So Church actually might be my pick for player of the game. He's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks through 5. So fastball comes in at 83, so still some good heat. So Hoyle, number 9 hitter. Again, Coach Nunley was praising him as a very reliable catcher in that sophomore class for him.
Thank you.
So Bowman steps off, resets. 0-1 count coming. 0-1 pitch coming. Oh, goes the curveball. Didn't get on top of it. Stays up. 1-1. Goes back to the fastball, 81. So 81 to 83, touched 86 tonight. So again, I know there's more in the kid. I love how he doesn't have to go tap into it each time. He's using the velocity necessary to retire the batters, and that's why he's got an 8-run lead here. He's been filling it up. In fact, yep, the only blemish I see is the 1 walk in the 3rd inning, and that was retired quickly on a double play ball. So the 2 quick outs here to the 8-9 or 7-8 hitters, and it's Ben Hoyle here, 2-2. Gets him watching on the curveball again. So they have not been able to figure out that curveball. I think it's about the 3rd or 4th, called strike 3. So that hook must have some tight late action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks through 5 innings for Bowman. I'm leaning towards the young pitcher or the senior pitcher for player of the game. We'll see. Weight Team sponsor night. Again, we want to thank Sean Yamber, real estate agent, for Weichert Realty, you said? Yep. So, again, Sean, a great supporter of Baseball University, and he's sponsoring the time that we put towards marketing this game pregame to college coaches and then editing and posting highlights and scouting content for the Newton-Conover Red Devils afterwards. So, again, if you're interested in sponsoring particular teams or particular single games, please contact us about home and away sponsors, and we'll connect you to your team of choice. And you're sponsoring the time. Like we said, we spend hours before the game prepping all this info, getting it to college coaches. After the games, we go back and we cut up all the highlights and the scouting content. And then, of course, travel costs. Like, we're from Henderson County, so about a 2-hour drive down to Hickory today. So, and, hey, big shout-out to Post 42. I went up there to the concession stand. They didn't let me pay. So that's the small-town love that we respect highly, and we've seen in many of our Western North Carolina communities this year, is arms wide open, bringing us in and letting us speak highly of their players and help them with their college recruiting. So, again, we want to thank Sean Yamber for being our away team sponsor, Weichert Realty, for your Red Devils this evening. All right, bottom 6. Now, here's my question, Hunter. Are we at that point where if they score 2 runs, it's essentially a walk-off, correct?
Yeah.
Even in a championship game?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You have to follow state rules.
Okay. Now, is it the case, too, when it's state playoffs?
Yeah.
Interesting. Even in a championship game? Yeah. For some reason, I thought they pulled back the mercy rule for some reason. Well, the Cougars batted around last inning. It started with Matheson, and it ended with Matheson. So he will be, it ended with Smith, the 8-hitter. So we'll be back to Matheson here to start the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th. Again, looking at the RBI totals, the run totals, K Church, 3 runs scored, 2 for 3 at the top of the lineup. Sawyer Hayes is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles. Koa McHale is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. Gunnar Johnson is 2 for 3 with 2 RBI singles. Jude Carter, 0 for 1 with a 2 RBI single. Graham Hoke, 0 for 3. Maddox Reese is 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI single. Wyatt Smith, 0 for 0 or 0 for 3. And Ty Matheson, 2 for 2 out of the 9 spot. So, I mean, they're spreading the love here. Not one particular player that's taken the whole task of the offense into their own hands. They've been spreading the love. So again, Ty Matheson, uncommitted senior shortstop, still looking for a place to play in college. Good athlete. Coach Hardy speaks highly of him. Ooh, so a little submarine action here from David Robeson, the new pitcher. And it's a 3-hit game for Matheson out of the 9-hole. So excellent work out of the 9 spot. Coach Hardy, gotta love that. So again, new pitcher is Dave Robeson. Dropping down, a little sidearm action. I like that. So a lot of y'all notice that whenever we get a sidearmer or a submariner, always tag Sidearm Nation. Again, it's Jeff Freeborn, former pro drop-down pitcher. Always keeping an eye out for funky arm slots. So final line on Windsor. He goes 4 innings, allows. Did you update this yet? No. Okay, so he allows 11 hits. Ooh, hit parade for. Oh, and that throw sails over the first baseman's head. And that'll be an E1, a 2-bag E1. Allowing the runner to come all the way to third. So 3 Ks for Windsor. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4. Go double check all that. He allows 9 runs. We'll go back and see how many of those were earned. Swing and a miss. So nice job of the side armor to come in and collect an out. So Cade Church goes down swinging. First time he's been retired tonight. That was a 2 for 3 evening. He had reached on an E3 in the 4th, but strikes out there. So 2 for 4 on the night. Sawyer Chapman Hayes working on a good evening, 2 for 2. He has the 2 RBI singles, so 2 RBIs total. Swings and drives one to center field. Davis back, settles under. And that'll be a sac fly RBI for Chapman Hayes. So great evening for Hayes as his 3rd RBI. So Matheson comes in to score his 2nd run of the game. I bring Koa McHale up. Koa, he's 1 for 3, had the RBI double in the 4th inning. Up with 2 outs now. So McHale, you know, he's in the conversation. 2 for 2, 3 RBIs, runs scored. One more run ends this game, but that run is at the plate, not on base at the moment with 2 outs. So McHale would have to reach and extend this inning unless he goes over the fence here, which I guess that's always a possibility. So he is committed to Catawba. Strong 2-way athlete. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed swinger. I feel like that's a curse in a way. You know, I mean, left-handed arm is always a beautiful thing, but not be on the left side swinging. How does that work in the DNA? Wonder if he's trying to be ambidextrous with the bat. He's just like, nah, I'm a righty. I can't do it.
I've seen a lot of lefty swingers, righty throwers like my dad.
Yep. And that's always nice because they usually can end up playing more positions. Backside line drive right into the glove of the first baseman. I bet it's McElhone that's slid over to first base. So LO3 is the 3rd out. So we'll be heading into the top of the 6th. it'll be the top of the lineup. Aiden McElhone, Dylan McElhone, and Xavion Williams come to the plate. Let's tell you a little bit more about our social media content. Again, we run accounts on Facebook, X, and Instagram. It is BB University WNC. Again, it's at BB University WNC. You can also check out our website at baseballu.org, but we try to stay connected. And, we're always posting our game flyers, all the highlights. So if you want to cover, or if you want coverage and content on all things Western North Carolina, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button so you can get all our notifications on broadcasts. Again, we're going to be in Shelby tomorrow for their championship game in that Easter tournament. Facebook's always good for trying to hit the neighborhoods. It's a little sloppy. It's hard to get the content out sometimes, And then with X, I think it's great for the college coaches. That seems to be where the college coaches live. I don't think there's any need to spend money on some sort of recruiting website service when you got X. So, again, follow us on Baseball University WNC at all those social media accounts.
What error was that, or inning was that first error for Newton-Conover? The first inning?
No, it was the fourth inning. And what's the second error you had?
Just this inning.
Yes, that you won. You're right. So 2 errors in the game. Hey, it's Foothills. It's only 2 errors, right? We talk about that. Foothills usually 2 hours. Mountains usually 3. We saw some errors last night in that East-North Henderson game, but for the most part, it had the feel of a Foothills game, moving quickly with the good pitching. So top of the lineup here with Aiden McElhone. And the Red Devils running out of chances here in this championship game of the 34th annual Easter tournament here in Catawba. Down 10-1. Got to start picking away at it now. So Bowman still in there dealing. So nice job by Robeson to come in that 5th inning and shut it down 1-2-3 for the Red Devils. Actually, no, not 1-2-3. They did have the sac fly RBI, but created some stability there. It was an E1. It's funny, does that count against your earned run average if you're the one making the error, Fly ball to right center field. Will it split the gaps? Oh, what a track by McHale out there in right field. Went a long way to get it. That's some BH Granning glove work out there by McHale. So first out of the inning. It's fly ball out. So now the other brother, Dylan, his turn to come in and try to spark a rally. Again, both of those McElhone twins I've heard are very high academic. Even though they're on Newton-Conover, I think they attended some sort of academic academy that's like a magnet to the school. And, there's some desire to play college ball for a while, but some of these kids are good baseball players and they have the opportunity to go get an engineering degree from UNC Chapel Hill or, what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to pass that up. So these boys, we encourage them to check out club baseball, NCBA. We feel like it's growing, especially with the cost of college going higher and state schools being more affordable. There's some that think with some of these NCBA teams hiring full staffs now that may end up replacing in some capacity the D3, the D2, the NAI opportunities if some of these private schools continue to close down as, free market decisions. A lot of kids don't want to go to 4-year schools anymore. Line drive to right field. So it's 2 putouts for McHale out there this inning, and bring Xavion back to the plate. Williams is having a good game amongst this crooked score here. He's 2 for 2. He's had a single and a double, and then that wild play back in the 4th when he came around 3rd, tripped in the hole, and was thrown out 8-3-2 at home plate when he had plenty of time to score, but fell in a hole. And then an inning later, one of the Alexander Central Cougars fell in the same hole. Had to take a tamp delay to fix the third base running lane there before we had any more injuries.
That's the 81st pitch for Mr. Bowman. Got the game changer up.
Oh, so 80 pitches in. All right. So now we can kind of see here. There's a strike. So 1-1 here to the recent Caldwell Cobra commit. There's a ground ball down the third base line, but Hooks outside the bag. I think that's where Williams went last time for his double. He's down that third baseline.
Interesting here. We've got 3 umpires tonight. I just realized that.
Excellent. It's good to see. Because there's definitely an umpire shortage out there. If you talk to a lot of these high school coaches, we got to start treating our umpires a little better. It's okay to disagree with them, but we got to respect our umpires. So there's a new generation of them to come and coach these kids, because a lot of these umpires are older gentlemen. We got to make the job appealing. We're going to need some young people to step in and take over the umpiring here in a few years. That's strike 3 looking. So again, called strike 3, brought to you by Burlett Painting. Paint the corners with Burlett. And that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th K from Mr. Bowman. Where's his pitch count after that one?
85.
85. We'll see if he comes back out, or he may not have to. Again, if Alexander Central is able to put one more run up on the board, that will be the ball game. The third place game today was a 6-inning game with St. Stephen's going ahead of Hickory 12-2 in their 6th inning to end the game early. I want to thank our in-game sponsors. Again, Ion Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Burlett Painting, Camwood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. So we are in that territory of Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance runs. It looks like they actually put one up last inning on that sac fly, so that was a Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance run. And if they're able to get one more insurance run here in this inning, that will be the ball game. So we got to start thinking about our next level play of the game. We got to start thinking about our Camwood Bats play of the game, or player of the game. I think I got a good idea who I want for that. Start tallying some lines here for Alexander Central. So again, Matheson out of that 9 hole, he was 3 for 3 with a double and the 2 runs. Church in the top of the lineup was 2 for 4 with 3 runs and a double. Chapman Hayes is having a great game. He's 2 for 2 with a walk, 3 RBIs, and a run. McHale, he's 1 for 4 with a double, RBI, and a run. And that brings us to Gunnar Johnson now. He's working on a 2 for 3 line. He's got 2 RBIs himself. So all around the Cougar lineup, just offensive stats. But again, I think our man, Mr. Bowman on the bump, will be who we want to end up celebrating here when all's said and done with that great line through 6 innings so far.
Got it.
Chopper back towards us.
You didn't want to sit on the other side of the pole tonight?
Get a line drive to the face? Heck no.
Little foul tip on the lip.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here out of Robeson. I'm always a fan of the drop-down pitchers. I mean, technically, no earned runs yet. He allowed the 1 run on the error in the 5th. And we might end up playing all 7 here. We'll see. So Robeson in his 2nd inning of work here. Johnson looking like a really good prospect from what we've seen tonight. Nice little pick there by McElhone. Throws across, gets the tag. That is out number 1. So 5-3. Nice play on both ends there. So final line for Gunnar Johnson, most likely 2 for 4. With 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and a stolen base. I'll bring Jude Carter to play. Jude is 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Oh, bounces one there. So a little bowling. It's going for the 7-10 split there.
Get you a turkey.
So again, here in the bottom of the 6th, most likely, again, if they can't score the 1 run here, most likely the last inning of work for Robeson, they'd have to put 9 up to try to extend this game. Coming at, going to the top of the 7th. Swing and miss. So again, I love the way Robeson's competing against the middle of this lineup, going right after him, trying to show a little bit of funk. I think coach has got something here with this junior Robeson here. An uncomfortable looking swing there by Carter. What's this here? Is that a score?
No.
No? Okay. I was like, that's not the Crest score, is it?
That'd be crazy.
So again, a lot of hits tonight. How many of you recorded 12 total?
12 total.
They got 13 up on the board, so I'm wondering
Well,
if they gave that one guy a hit. I just can't do it. It just, I'm sorry, but mental errors, depending on the play, are going to be, in my book, an E. Slow grounder foul on that third base side. So Robeson trying to find a way to put Carter away. Carter, a good athlete. He's committed to Kennesaw State Division I baseball program. Only a junior. So got a full season left for Coach Hardy next year. Goes down and golfs one here, but that's going to be hook and foul. Had some distance to it. So Carter hanging around, refusing to strike out. Robeson, again, not overpowering. He's just bringing funk. So he's trying to get some off-the-barrel contact here from Carter.
On both fields.
Well, Carter's starting to put some better swings on him now. So the deeper he stays in his count, the more I'm wondering if he's going to time him up here. Again, I'm thinking this ends up being a 7-inning game, but you've seen this before. Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, deep in the count, then all of a sudden, bang, home run. 2-2 count, evens it up. Again, very impressed with what I'm seeing here from Coach Hardy's roster. That really goes into the count for our power rankings. Didn't get the good wood, but that ball is going to find the green of the outfield grass for a base hit. So nice job by Robeson to battle against the good hitter Carter, but Carter, again, ball is falling in for Alexander Central this evening. So 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a run scored for Carter. Also the walk. I'll bring Graham Hoke up. Graham, surprisingly enough, one of the only batters still looking to contribute offensively. Him and Wyatt Smith are 0 for on the day, so the rest of the 7 hitters all contributed. Multiple hits, RBIs, runs, so Hoke trying to get in on the action here.
Number 8, Braxton Lewis, is running for Carter at first base.
Well,
Pinch hitter out
theoretically.
there. What's that?
It's not Hoke. That's 10.
I would say we got the go-ahead or the 10th run on here. Line drive to right field. Comes in and makes a nice catch out there. I believe that is still Eckert out there in right field.
I've got Osborne on the.
Oh, yeah, so they've been making some changes.
Osborne on the game changer.
So final line for Hoke, 0 for 4. It's weird writing that in as I'm going through these other box lines. So Maddox Reese now. Maddox, the first baseman, he's 1 for 1. He's walked twice as well. So Robeson trying to battle for that third out. Play for pride. Play 7 innings. Make them beat you. So again, nice job by Robeson to shut it down here.
You know, I think you jinxed us earlier.
What's that?
You were saying we're over here secluded in the corner.
Oh, yeah, it's oh, that could be trouble here. Let's hope that the game doesn't end on this one. Oh, it's gonna. So E4 ends it. All the way around is the pinch runner. His name don't matter. Game's over. That's an ugly way to lose the game. I hate that for Newton-Conover because, again, I like the idea of playing for pride, getting 7 innings. Again, Robeson came in and pitched well, gives up 2 runs, both unearned. So final line for Robeson is 1 2/3. He strikes out 1. He walks none and allows just 2 hits. So again, not a bad line. 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 1 strikeout, the 2 hits. So Robeson, I like the sidearm slinger. I like what I saw from the young man. Again, Windsor got the start. There's some good stuff there, but 11 hits. Again, the hit parade came out, and that is the 4th straight Mercy Rule win for Alexander Central. So let's go final lines here. Let's finish up these last couple here. All right, and then Wyatt Smith again, 0 for 3. So final lines here. We'll go up and down. You got the leadoff hitter, K. Church, is 2 for 4, 3 runs and 2 walks. Sawyer Chapman Hayes, 2 for 2 with a walk, 3 RBIs and a run. Cohen McHale, 1 for 4 with a double, a walk, and 4 runs. Gunnar Johnson, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, stolen base. Jude Carter, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, a run, and a walk. Graham Hoke, 0 for 4. Maddox Reese, 1 for 2, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, stolen base. Wyatt Smith, 0 for 3. Ty Matheson, 3 for 3 with a double and 2 runs. Again, the pitchers, Windsor, 4 innings, gives up 9 runs on 11 hits, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. We'll go back and figure out his unearned runs later. And Robeson, again, 1 2/3, gives up 2 runs, both unearned. Strikeout, no walks, 2 hits. I liked what I saw from the sidearm slinger. Newton-Conover, McElhone, 0 for 3. Dylan McElhone, 1 for 3 with a run. Xavion Williams, 2 for 3 with a double. Kobe Windsor was 1 for 2 with an RBI. Dylan Davis, 0 for 2. David Robeson, 0 for 2. Braxton Eckert, 0 for 2. Jackson Green, 0 for 2. And Ben Hoyle, 0 for 1 with a walk. So we're going to give you the final line here on Carter Bowman. He goes 6 innings, allows 1 earned run. How many hits? 4? 4, gives up 4 hits, walks. I believe it was just the 1. Yep, 1 walk. And ends up striking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 Ks in 6 innings. And he's your winning pitcher tonight. So he will be our Camwood Bats player of the game. And we're going to do some interviews here. We'll pull out, I think we're going to do Ty Matheson and Chapman Hayes. So, Hunter, if you want to go ahead and start doing the readout. Well, first, we're going to go ahead and introduce our Next Level Baseball play of the game. Next Level Baseball is proud to bring you the Next Level play of the game, the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina endorsed by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Coach Rick DeArmas does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for youth players of all ages. So now, here is your Next Level play of the game. And I'm curious to see what Hunter chose.
Well, it kind of went basic here with Mr. Bowman having a fantabulous outing.
Is this the double play?
It's just a strikeout.
Oh, it's just a big old strikeout. Okay, so let's see. So he had the big 8 Ks. Again, big offensive day for Alexander Central, but, you know, it's hard to deny your pitcher when he goes out there and absolutely shoves. So, again, this was a big K. Is this the high? What,
I think this was second out of the 5th inning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Let me go back and look here. Yes, he's striking out Jackson Green. This was in the 5th inning. Just absolutely shoving at the bottom of the lineup. Again, 8 Ks. He was up to 86 miles per hour on the evening. And, again, just Alexander Central, you may look at the last 4 games, all Mercy Rule wins, but you can't deny the fact that they've only allowed 1 run total in those 4 games. So hats off to the pitching. Offense looks easy when your pitchers are putting up zeros. So, again, congratulations. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Carter Bowman is the Camwood Bats player of the game. question for you is, where is the bat? Did we bring it down with us?
I'm not sure. You might have to run up there and get it while I go read
Is
some.
it near the?
We're gonna be here a second because we have a trophy
Is it near the
presentation.
toolboxes?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll be back.
We want to thank the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Alexander Central Cougar prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Owen Joseph for being our home team sponsor this evening. We also want to thank our away team sponsor, Sean Yamber, real estate agent, for sponsoring the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Newton-Conover Red Devil prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Sean Yamber, real estate agent, for being our away team sponsor.
To the Newton-Conover Alexander Central Cougars for winning the tournament, but our runners-up first, the Newton-Conover Red Devils.
Congratulations to Newton-Conover, finishing second here as they're getting their photo taken. But we also want to thank all of our sponsors for the West North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors: Meineke, Bloompatch Farms, Comfort Keepers, American Legion Post 70, Nova X Kinectics, Hale Tax Solutions, Goodicedtea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, On Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes Incorporated, Lawn Solutions and Grading, Burlett Painting, Gamma Bats, and Next Level Baseball. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversity WNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcasts, highlight films, and much more. Membership start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball and support Foothills Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC. And check out our website at baseballu.org.
Well, if you do the math, it's 43 years they've been doing this tournament. So is that 1983?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So 1983 is the first year they held this tournament.
Well, this tournament featured Bunker Hill, Fred T. Ford, Hickory, Maiden, Newton-Conover, St. Stephen, as well as the back-to-back champs, Alexander Central, who now has a 4-0 series lead on Newton-Conover dating back to 2017. All
neutral tournaments?
I believe they're all neutral tournaments, except for maybe one. It was hard to tell. Who knows if it got put in right on Max Preps. But 10-0, 11-1, 10-0, and 11-1. And I believe they're probably all played right here. So,
well, we're going to go down there and try to do some interviews, but we're going to wait until these festivities clear out a little bit. Again, Carter Bowman is our player of the game, but they're introducing the all-tournament team right now. So this is pretty cool. I like this. And this kind of shows you where the head's at for the Legionnaires and Legion programs that host this stuff. You know, they're really big into tradition. Again, we got trophies going in hand. We're trying to recognize players from the entire tournament, not just this winning game. Might be a good time to check in on some scores, though. You ever figure out who won the Crest versus Tuscola game?
we're going to find out.
From Highlight Will Coon. From Hickory, White Everman.
RS over Drone 9-3. That's a final that we didn't mention earlier.
From your third place team, St. Stephen's,
South Point's up 7-0 on Christ the King in the Gaston County Championship in the sixth inning.
That was a really good game, semifinal between South Point and Stuart Kramer yesterday.
West Lincoln down to South Lake Christian Academy 2-0 in the fourth. I'll go on Game Changer, see if we can get Tuscola Crest score.
So again,
and finally,
players being recognized from several high school programs. You see a few guys out there not in uniform. They played earlier in the tournament.
According to Game Changer, Crest up 6-2, bottom of the 6 on Tuscola, but Tuscola has bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-2 count.
Interesting. So that one could shake out a little differently than the score here. They have a winner on Chase versus South Caldwell yet?
I think they flipped it.
So when are they playing? After this?
After this.
At 9?
I mean, I don't know, in 6, so looks like 1 inning left out there. I don't have any score on Crest or Chase.
This concludes our 2026 tournament activities. Please, everyone, drive safely on your way home. We'd like to say maybe your own or a very good friend. Thank you.
All right. I'll come over and grab this back from you in a second.
See you next year.
If anyone has a score on Chase, that'll be much appreciated for the Shelby tournament we'll be doing tomorrow. Yeah, no game changer yet for Chase or South Caldwell. Yeah, Newton-Conover Red Devils fall to 11-4 on the year. Alexander Central improves to 16-2. I believe they both go into conference play next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. The Red Devils will play at West Lincoln out of conference on the 15th before return to conference play on Friday at North Lincoln. So a big week for the Red Devils. As for the Cougars from Taylorsville, Alexander Central will face McDowell on Tuesday at home in conference, then Mooresville Wednesday, followed by traveling to Boone to face the Watauga Pioneers. Appreciate the grounds crew of Catawba Valley Community College for keeping this field nice and ready for these 2 games today. I'm sure they had a big week. We'll get you an interview here with our Camwood Bats player of the game, Mr. Carter Bowman, the senior right-hand pitcher. Got the win, 16 pitch, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 1 walk on 8 Ks. I believe Alexander Central runs this tournament pretty well. So yeah, Camwood Bats located in Haywood County serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Game Bats trainers teach tutorials and more, all available for purchase at CamwoodBats.com. As part of our partnership with Camwood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount. We're going to back Mr. Ryan Cook up. Y'all might be able to see him right down there at the bottom. Take it away.
Mr. Matheson, uncommitted shortstop, 3 for 3 in the 9-hole. So tell me about your hitting approach coming in the 9-hole. Do you feel sometimes it's easy to get overlooked, and what's your offensive plan? Because obviously you got one.
Well, I just look to hit it hard somewhere. I don't care where it goes. I mean, if I hit it hard on the ground, I can beat it out most of the time. So I just look to hit it hard somewhere.
Hey, look, when you're scoring 4 mercy run victory row, it doesn't really matter who's batting leadoff or ninth because it looks like everybody's a dog. So tell me a little bit about the offense this year. What has Coach Hardy taught you guys about approach? And something's working here. So tell us as much as you can without giving away the secrets.
Well, he wants us to go backside a lot, and I think we do a pretty good job of that. And we still do pretty good once we get an inside pitch. We do good at pulling it and hitting it where it needs to go. I think 1 through 9 we can all hit it pretty hard, and I mean we ain't got a weak link on here. We all do good. We all work hard through the week, and I think we got a really solid team here.
Well, you and Sawyer here both listed uncommitted. Coach thinks you guys, and I believe it too after seeing it, you got plenty of talent to play in college. So is this something you still have desire? Do you want to play college baseball?
Yeah, I'm looking to play always.
All right. Well, hey, look, you're in my books now, so we're going to be trying to get your name out. Anything in particular? JUCO, 4 years? Anything you want to study?
I want to do animal science or biology, but I mean, 2 year, 4 year, I don't care.
Well, I'm guessing you're a 4.0 if you can buy it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, college coaches, anybody tune in? Ty Matheson, excellent shortstop in that 2026 class. It was really good to watch you play. Let's get another one of these uncommitted studs in here. So Sawyer, nice to meet you face to face. I know we talked a little bit last year when we were trying to get our senior list together. 4 RBIs, 3 RBIs tonight, I believe. I don't know. You were killing it. You got a pretty left. Well, and let's start there. Stat lines don't matter when you got a team like this. So tell me about what really gets this team the vibes going, because it ain't stat lines. I can tell.
I would say that our team, all of us are a family. Like, we have a bunch of brothers in there, and we've played together for years already before this. I mean, 2 years ago, we had a run in the playoffs, went to the 4th round, and the entire team's back. And then plus 2 kids that transferred in, and everybody loves each other. I mean, it's great to be here. Like, there's so many good vibes here, and like, sometimes off the field translates to on, and that feels like us, and we take that, and we don't feel too pressured in the game because we know, like, we trust everybody.
Well, let me ask you this: Coach Hardy, my favorite coaches. What has he done in your eyes to create that kind of environment?
Well, Hardy just lets us go at it in practice. That's how it is. Every practice we have is a competition, and if you're not showing up, then you're going to get benched.
I mean, competition fires soul up. So I was asking Matheson the same thing. I mean, I'm very impressed with your skill set, man. You're uncommitted senior. Do you still want to play college ball?
I do.
All right. So obviously we're going to keep our eyes peeled for you. But is there anything you want to tell the people? What do you want to study? Is there anything particularly you're looking for 2 year, 4 year?
I've been looking into criminal justice. I've been thinking about either JUCO or a good D2 for 2 years, and then transfer out and look for something bigger, better.
And that's kind of what it is now. It's college baseball. It's about getting a start and then getting your feet wet and roll. We've seen so many kids start JUCO D2 and then end up being major league draft picks. So again, you have a great tool set. Keep in touch. I'll call on Hardy to see what we can do to help. Because again, this ain't like you're flying under the radar. You were Player of the Year, I believe, last year for the Northwestern Conference. So again, college coaches. This is Sawyer, and it's a great name, Sawyer Chapman Hayes. I get that right? Mays. I'm thinking Willie Mays, right? Well, hey, look, great job tonight. Offensive side is awesome. But, I mean, I know it was an offensive night, and I was asking Matheson, it's been 4 straight slaughter rules, but pitching gets overlooked when you're winning by 10. But this boy right here was up to 86 on the bump tonight, and he didn't even bring the velo out much unless he had to. So before we go to the player of the game, speak on your senior pitcher here.
I mean, he's good. Every game we play with him, we trust him to do everything for us. And it's not just him, it's our whole pitching to fill up the zone and behind them, because they know that we'll make plays and we know that they'll make pitches, and then it works that way.
I can tell he pitches with confidence. He doesn't even worry when a runner gets on. He knows y'all guys back. So, hey, let's get that player of the game in here. We'll talk. I appreciate you, all right? All right, get in here, Mr. Pitcher. I'm a pitching guy, so I'm always biased. Now, look, I've told all our guys Camwood's still printing our bat, so we're going to take a picture with you with the dummy bat tonight, and then I'm going to come back down and get you your trophy bat. And they are trophy bats, so don't swing them to cages. They'll blow up. So you can hold that for now. But like I said, I'm going to steal. We got wins. It's easy. Tell us about your pitching staff, because right now, first, and again, Coach. Talk a little bit on Coach. Has allowed you to bring on. Always am, you know. With runners tonight, I don't think I've seen a pitcher this year so calm. Like you're in control. So explain to the younger pitchers watching, like when you get runners on base, like you'll get on base.
Well, I like to just think like this guy at the bat or up the bat is my target. The guys on base, I'm gonna do what I can where they are. If they move, they move. I'm gonna work on the out. That'll be my main focus and get 3 of them.
Do you think it's a little bit easier when you don't like hook behind the plate and these guys behind you in the field? You can just sit back and throw.
Of course, yeah. Complete confidence with my catcher, my defense. I know that they're gonna get it done. So
smoking us out here with the dirt. So hey, look, last thing. I think you guys can make a run this year. We're probably going to see you again in the Northwestern Championship. But again, good luck to y'all. We're going to get a picture with you. Let's get that smoke here. I'll come find you in just a minute. Thanks, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Am I signing off tonight or are you?
Here, I'll let you sign off. Here, take this.
All right. Let me get back. Well, I'm all sorts of in the dust, so you're just going to hear my voice. So, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, thanks you for tuning in to the Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series from Newton, North Carolina at Henkel Alley Field at the Hickory American League Fairgrounds for the 34th Annual Catawba County Easter Baseball Classic Championship. This has been the coverage of the Western North Carolina High School Baseball, where Newton-Conover and the Alexander Cougars finish off here with the Cougars winning by a score of 11-1. Was that our final? I'm Ryan Cook for Hunter Street.